Hello there guys, long time no speak. Welcome back to the e-bike repairs YouTube channel. My name's Dosh and I take apart and I fix very fun and exciting, normally electric bike stuff. I've got a couple of sort of electric vehicle projects on the go and things like that in the background. And I also do other random stuff. Today, I've got this. I found it in a heap. It is a energy station 7 amp hour for like a car jump start thing. So we've got two little jump leads here. 1, 2, bit rusty, but you know, it's fine. Clean up, won't it? 2 of those. We've got a air compressor here as well, which is fun and exciting. Still got its original film on it. The guys who had these said they had a load of them. I just saw this one and I thought, you know what? We'll open it up. I bet just the lead acid battery inside is dead, and that'll probably be all that's wrong with it. Got these leads come off. This lead that comes off. There we go. What else have we got? So we've got air compressor. We can turn it on and off there with that switch. We've got a big on-off switch here for the main battery. We've got an LED and this little indicator which tells you how much battery it's got. So it'll be like red for empty, green for full, I assume. And you probably can't make it out, but there's the dimmest little flicker of something when you press some of these things. So I think the thing itself should actually work. Oh, and we've got a 12 volt cigarette lighter socket out. So I thought, okay, I can't use it to jump start a car because the BMS will trip, but why not put these 6 used Samsung 50E cells that I happen to have just existing in here. I found these just hanging around. So 3S, 12.6 volt BMS. I'm not even sure how you hook it up. I'm going to have to look up a little something for it because no idea how you wire that. I mean, I see B plus, P plus, P minus, B minus, but I don't really. Are they the balance connectors there? They must be. Low, medium, high. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, one of those. I bought it from one of those internet websites at some point. So, to crack this open, I've obviously tried charging this already. Didn't work. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 little Phillips head screws, and I've lost my impact nut. Found it. It's where it always is, on the floor. Never makes any sense until I look for it. Nothing. Where is it? That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. I just found a 5th one and a 6th one as well. 5 and 6. Is it loose? Does it come undone? Screws out. Well, 1 screw came out. That's better than 0, I suppose. Oh yeah, look. Oh, it's wet. It's full of water. Up. 2 more screws. 1 there, 1 there. If I can fish these out with a little magnet. They're magnetic? They're magnetic, but they don't come out. So, oh well. Get out. Screws. Nope. I don't wanna. Okay. Oh look, there we go. Removal. Off we come, yeah. Oh, there's good bits in here, look. It's a big old switch. There. How exciting. Oh. What fun. I feel like... how exciting. So in here, let's undo these. Okay. That's the one half, the air compressor side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screw holes. You know what? If they all want to stay in, I'll put this one back in and all, shall I? Nope, it's the only one that wants to fall out. Just 2 bullet connectors there. PP/TPE case. Rubber overmolding. I mean, I'm sure it's a very cheap, probably a bit poorly made machine, but if it works, you know. Right, this will be our lead acid cell that's no doubt very, very dead. I measured whatever it was putting out, and it was essentially bugger all, voltage-wise. I did try reverse charging it, but it's been sat for years, and there's no chance that it's going to come back to life. So let's chop this heat shrink off here, off the negative side. There we go. Goodbye, heat shrink. Nice big thick copper cables, actually. Surprisingly well made. I'd imagine this was probably, I don't know, 50, 60 quid. I think looking at the colours, it was an Aldi thing. Energy Station 7 amp hour. Yeah. I bet it was an Aldi thing. There's no branding left on it, but their stuff tends to look a bit like this. And I could use my little cutters to cut this tie off here. Give me a bit of access to the wires. Okay, so it just shares a lot of outputs. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to need a little screwdriver thing and the sockety thing to undo these nuts. What's that look like? An 8? Always only going to do it's an 8. Switch these off. One. And that's spinning. That's 2. Okay. Off we come. Let's stick that back on there, keep those together. And that's 2. So to fix this, I could just replace this lead acid battery. That would no doubt make the entire thing work. There you go. Shanghong sealed lead acid battery. It's just a 7 amp hour bog standard pack, but it's got funny terminals on the top. So instead of having the little spade terminals, it's got some these things. If I hook up my, what have I got? Where have you gone? There you go. Benchtop power supply. That's at 12 volts, which should be enough to charge this dead battery. We get nothing. Won't even try and charge it. Absolutely nothing at all. I apologise for the horrific mess. I'm sure lots of people don't like seeing it. No, if he can't keep his workspace tidy, how can he do good work? I'm just busy in the middle of things. And we've got, yeah, we're seeing 12 volts because I've got that hooked up to it, of course. But it's stuck at, yeah, 5.5 volts, and it doesn't go up. Because I had this on outside the pack, hooked up via the jump lead outs for a while. So that doesn't work, that's fine. So what does work? Let's see, let's hook up some power to here, and some power to here. Let's see what functions, shall we? Don't touch those together. Look, battery level. Got a red light. Can you see that now? A little red light. Hopefully you can see it. I can't bring it any closer. So, and if I put the voltage up, yeah, it turns to a green light when it's 13.8, and down gives it a red light. Seems reasonable. The boost can go on or off, and the little LED torch there also works. Do we reckon the compressor works, or it's wet? Let's have a look. Plug you in there. Make sure the switch is off because it'll scare the watts it's out of me. If it's not, that's also off. Plug that in, turn that on. Yep, it draws more than 5 amps, so my benchtop power supply is just saying nope. But it's trying. Sounds like it's good enough to me. So, probably turn this off. Be a very good start. Off. Take that off there. What I've got then is like, come here, 6 of these lovely things. So if I just arrange those in one of these formats, one of them, and then one of them, hook up my BMS. I'm going to have to ask the internet how to wire up. I will have a battery pack. Let's get some spaces for this. Got a load of these spaces I've accidentally stuck together before and I couldn't get apart. Let's see if hitting them really hard with a hammer does that. Rubber hammer, of course. I'm not a barbarian. Sorry, mallet. Rubber mallet. Goodbye, little cells. Let's see. Wait, you don't go that way, you go that way. I mean, it breaks them. Is that definitely the right way? Yeah, it's definitely the right way. I'm not crazy. I swear I'm not crazy. Well, it's good enough for what I'm about to do with it today. I'll go to scrap that will, which is good. Be worth £1 or 2 as battery scrap. One of them, one of them, one of them, one of them, and one of them, and one of them. This nickel's a bit on the attached side, isn't it? Probably want to clean that up a little bit first. What I don't want to do is pop a hole in the top of the cell. So whenever whatever I did, I can't remember, this pack was out of something or other. I don't know. I had to rebuild it for some reason. Or did I reuse it? Can't remember. I did something. So I'm going to get this nickel off these. Now, I don't normally believe in reusing used cells. Oh, no, I don't believe in it. You know, of course we should reuse stuff. But I don't use used cells very much because the little nickel tabs make it right pain in the to reuse the cell. But what I have been doing is on little personal projects. So I think I did some little AliExpress lights in the past. I've just been using some leftover cells that, you know, I've tested them and they're perfectly good to repower old electronics. And I think that's a great idea. A lot better than buying I don't have to buy new ones because it doesn't cost me anything. B, it's you know, reduce, reuse, recycle and all that. You're going to come off? Yeah, you'll come off. I find these little tiny side cutters are fantastic for pulling the nickel off these, off old cells. It just grabs it just enough, which is really good. More. Wonder how many amps this BMS is good for. This random. I don't know. It's got 4 relatively decently sized MOSFETs. I'm sure if I looked it up, I could find out what it's good for. I'm sure it'll be plenty for what I plan on doing with it. So those. I'm fairly confident I should just be able to spot weld over the nickel that's left behind here, if there are any little bits. Like this, if they don't lend themselves to coming off relatively easily. It's not really worth putting the time into getting them off completely. I'll just call it a day. I bought a new spot welder. It's very exciting. You'll get to see it, I think. Well, yes. You will get to see it. It'd be stupid not to show you, wouldn't it? Try and make this one not 2 hours long though, shall we? Okay. That's off enough. I've been using it to practice on these. You can see there's copper left over. I've been seeing if it'll do a copper sandwich. It looks like it might. It's very hard to tell if it's going to, you know, do things well or not. But for nickel, fantastic. It can go down low enough that it doesn't weld, or it can go up high enough that it blows a hole clean in the cell. Therefore, somewhere in the middle must be a good level. Those, and all right, last cell now. This is. We'll just peel off what we can. That'll do. Close enough. I'll tap these ends down flat. I'm just tapping them on the metal of my vise, and I'll start putting them in the holders. One. I'm sure this is riveting YouTube content for all of you, just watching me go off camera and bang some cells on a vise. But right, there's that, and then there's that. That will take up a lot less room, be a lot lighter, and probably not work very well. I'd have rather used quite a few more cells, but this is what I had lying around, so, you know, reduce, reuse, recycle, and all that jazz. Right, I'll put that away. So I want to weld this up into a pack that does, you know, 3S2P, and I'll have to look up something about this, how this is wired, because I don't know. Obviously, I understand B plus, B minus, P minus, P plus, B minus. That makes sense to me. It must be common port for charging. But what I don't understand is what these are. LMH. I don't know. That one says plus. I wonder if that's the battery positive, and it probably takes the negative from the pack here. I bet if I followed this trace down it would. It probably does. We'll look it up. We shall see properly how to do it. So hopefully the next clip you see is me spot welding this pack up with my fancy new machine. Okay, this is the super fancy new spot welder. It's a pneumatic thing, so air comes in there, power comes in the back of it, and it's all in a language that we very much understand. There is a very helpful one of these here, instruction manual, that tells you absolutely nothing about anything, which is great, and some settings over here, and how many welds you've done. Oh, there's a little counter just there. Basically, it's going to beep because there's nothing under it, but if I press the foot pedal, which is on the floor, oh, tripod's gone, the head will do this. It would normally come straight back up, but it's going to beep because it's not detected it's welding and it's thinking there's an error. But what I'll do is I'll get the tripod set up somehow, don't really know how I'm going to do that, and I'll try and film doing this beautiful thing. Okay, so I've got it in a bit of a temporary place at the moment on this random workbench on the other side of the room. I'm not convinced it's going to stay here permanently, but it's fine for, you know, having a go and all that. I'll do. So I've got the tips set up so they're very, very, very close to the bit of material. I've got my pressure set up so it pushes down on it a bit, but not insanely hard. That's probably a reasonable amount of force, but not enough to smash the end of the cell in on the positive terminal, which I did have it 2i, and I did do that. So I've got some 21700 nickel strip here, and I'm going to need a couple of pieces of this. So this is ladder. Makes your life a lot easier because I can just do one of those like that, one of those on the other side, a straight bit, and we're done. So Get that done. Okay, that's 2 of those. Easy peasy. And my main difficulty I find with this at the moment is just getting things lined up, because having my head directly above it up there isn't that easy. Where it is, the machine is currently set back quite a way on the surface, so I can get a reasonable sized battery pack under here. It's not ideal. Also, these holders, a bit loosey-goosey. Not that happy about these holders, but that's why they were in the sort of I don't know what to do with it pile. So let's have a go at that. I also need to install a light, because whilst it's bright in here, I can't see what I'm doing. And that's not good, is it? So let's see what this does if it blows up. Stuck to that one. Okay. Oh, that is, well, a very good spot well, but perhaps a little too much power. Of course, you have to change it for every type of nickel strip, and I'm still getting used to the settings at the moment. Let's go at you. That is, see, look, that's blown a hole in that side of the strip just there. It's not ideal. I'm yeah, still getting used to the settings on this. It's not the easiest thing to set up when there are literally no instructions. But here we are. Feels like it's not making very good. Now look, I'm sticking. Try popping the power down a bit more. This is why we practice. Strip isn't central to this bit either. Getting there, but we are still blowing holes in things. I caught the edge of that there, so it's not perfect. But yeah, look, we're blowing holes in things. It's not quite right there. Let's go down one more. One side is making better contact than the other there. Or the tips aren't set far enough apart. Might have something to do with it. We'll go with them slightly widened. You can set all sorts of pressures and things. They've got twisty needles on the top here to be able to set things. I'm not really sure. That didn't even stick, that one, did it? Oh, yeah. Interestingly, I built some really nice packs with this. This will just, don't know. It's not wanting to behave right now, but here we are. It is what it is. Let's see, I think I had it set up before for this kind of strip, and what I was finding was that the setting I had it on wasn't enough to make it stick for a good strong spot weld. Let's see, shall we? Yeah, look, we're sticking to the strip but not the cell here. It's all a learning experience. But look, it's actually blown a hole clean through that bit of strip. I have tried cleaning up the tips and stuff. They're a little dirty at the moment, but just see if I can actually get a good spot weld. The middle one was fantastic. The middle one was a spot weld that actually, you know, we wanted, not just a strange I'm blasting holes in the strip type thing. We could try adjusting the pressure. Do we turn the pressure up or down? What do we think? Let's try turning the pressure up. I'll turn it up to 1.5 kilos on each of the probes, see if that makes a difference. And that's, I'm turning, you can't see it, can you? This thing here. There are little markings on it there. Let's try that. Now it's turned up a bit, see what that gives us. Because when I had to pressure that, the needle pressure, so that's the spring pressure behind these, up before, I found it was bashing in the end of these positive ends, which is obviously too much pressure then. You're not meant to press that hard. But it's a bit hard to say, to be honest. Let's have a go at this. Ah, it's a bit better. Or is it? It's a bit better. You almost end up with one usable weld by the end of it. Almost. Very strange. It's also very, very cold today. I don't know if that would affect it somehow, but... it's all sticking. Just changing some settings on here. We're not really getting good penetration there, are we? First one stuck fantastically, but the rest are lackluster. They're just blowing holes and stuff. Passable, but not good enough for I'm building a professional battery pack, is it really? I don't know. I think it's just a case of keep playing around with the settings, and when I find what works well for what kind of nickel strip and stuff, I'll just have to jot it down, and then every time I get, you know, something of that size in, I'll make sure I do it exactly like that. Because that is not how you spot weld, is it? Just blowing the thing up, pop the hole straight in it, but no weld. What if I turn the power right down? I'm sure I had it down. There's a little bit of a manual here for 0.15 steel nickel, 260, 1 or 2, and there's 60 milliseconds you don't seem to be able to change. This is 0.15 steel plated nickel, or nickel plated steel, sorry, so I guess 260 I should have, and I've got it on. Oh, you can change the milliseconds. Oh. Interesting. Okay. That's a setting I didn't know I could change. Well, let's try putting it to what they say of 260. Which... I'm just doing on the screen. I don't know how well you can even see that. Look, 260. And it says 1 or 2. And I'm not sure if that what 1 or 2 unfortunately is. I don't really have a translation for that. I did Google Translate it at some point, but no, I can't bring it up right now. So here we are. Let's just pretend we've not used this piece already. Let's have another go, shall we? Oh, it's still in the settings. Let's have a go at that. Well, I don't like that they're right. That's annoying. I mean, no, it's still exploding one of the things. And look, That's not stuck to anything, is it? It's useless. What's the point in that? They do say 1 or 2, so let's go for 2. See what 2 gives us. Just trim that off there. Bloody hell. I shouldn't be able to do that, should I? That wasn't hard to take off. It's almost like the power's up way too high. It's just popping a hole in it. Isn't that funny? Look, we've ended up with 3 out of 4 holes there. And these must be almost all the way blown through. Wonder what that indicates. I can turn this millisecond setting all the way down to 10 seconds or up to more milliseconds. Let's try taking it from 60 to 80 milliseconds. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're learning together. And that's what's important, right? That's what's important. See if this just blows up my entire hand. Stand back. Oh, look. A longer pulse. Oh, spot weld that's actually stuck. How convenient. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Is that the answer? No, it's still bloody doing it. Oh, they're sticking better, though. Well, those first two certainly left some material behind. Well, can I up it to 100 milliseconds? Would that be 1/10 of a second? Let's have a go, shall we? Learning is fun. Right? Right. It does not like this cell. Spot welding though, but they're almost blowing through. I wish I knew what I was doing with this thing. It's a really cool bit of kit, but I don't speak the language. Okay, so when I'm doubling up the layers, that's working pretty damn well. So I wonder if doubling up the layers is the answer, which means I had it on much too high a power. But when I have it on lower power, it doesn't stick. Anyone has any thoughts, or they have one of these machines, and they know the answer, that would be fantastic. I would really like to use it properly, and unfortunately this manual is, well, a little lacking. But oh well. I mean, it's kind of spot welded together, I suppose. I doubled up those. I was going to double up these bits of strip as well, because why not? You know, when in Rome. Yeah, look, almost none of it's just blowing holes anymore now that it's doubled up. I guess I had the power up too high. Or something completely different is happening that I don't know about, but here we are. Yeah, this is when I had it set for my I built a couple of packs out of 18650s out of LG MJ1s. It was doing this lovely, beautiful, consistent, fast, easy spot welds, and they all came out really quite well. Oh, that's nice. To do some rip tests, but I'd like to do a proper video on this once I get the hang of how to use the bloody thing. Excellent. Well, we'll call it a learning experience, shall we? That's what we'll do. I found a wiring diagram for the BMS as well, so we'll hopefully go back to the regular setting and have a peek at that. Okay, so done a bit of digging into this BMS, and it looks as though I've either been had or this is a 4S and a 3S board, and possibly a 2S. I'm not entirely certain. I've drawn up this, is basically just a copy of the picture I found online. Hopefully you can see it relatively well. Put that there. Ignore those for a second. Battery in plus, battery in, out and charge. Battery out and charge, negative. Battery in, negative. Sure. If I move that down here, and we then ignore this lot, this is the diagram they've shown. So battery plus joins up to here. The second cell joins down to here, this VM. The third cell, sorry, no, I'll start on this side, that makes more sense. So the negative, the main negative, doesn't have a balance lead. It's read through the board. Then the second cell, the first cell, no, that would be the first cell, that's the second cell group. Or is it? I don't even know anymore. Anyway, that one connects to VH and then to VM. I wonder if I've got a 4S board, some of the reviews, I Google Lensed this, and I mean, it says 3S on it, but I Google Lensed it, and the reviews said that they'd been scanned and sent a 4S board, so we'll find out in a minute, won't we? It'll either work or it won't work. I might just, what's going to be easiest for me? Could I just... Oh! Air compressor. Okay, now that the air compressor stopped, I might just mount the board directly on the directly on here, because all my connections are on this side. That's going to be the easiest way to do it, because then the plus, oh, hello, the plus is there and the minus is there, and that could work, and I can just stick that on. That's what I'll do. So I'll get my bit of barley paper, sticker on there like that, just nice and stuck on. That's going to go on there next, and double-sided foam tape does the job. That's what I'm going to use. That's stuck to there, then I can peel the backing off, and you're going to go that way round. No? That way round. There we go. So I'm going to need to get a bit of wire from B- to B+. I thought I had some lovely scraps of leftover wire, but apparently I have to use brand new stuff. Very upsetting for me, but here we are. We tin all these pads first. Do I tin them now? It doesn't matter if I short anything out, because I can't. Chin that one anyway, because well, why not? Okay. I think if I do the balance wires first, it's going to be easiest because then I don't have to worry about shorting stuff out. Oh, but does it make sense? No, it doesn't. I'll just short stuff out. It'll be funny. Make a good video, won't it? So, B plus. I can just run a little bit of wire that long. This is 14 gauge. Again, I know this pack is severely undersized for this, but I just want to see if it's possible. I've had all this stuff lying around for ages, and I'd like to know if it works. Oh, look at me. Should I actually use the helping hands today? I've got this very dusty octopus thing. Those. Back side of that's tinned. It's definitely battery positive, yep. Let's have a go, shall we? It's not quite the same as using a pair of pliers, this is it? Oh no, my battery's going to run out. No. Okay, should be on charge now. Yeah, this is not the same as having a pair of pliers on this. Holding this down. No, it really isn't. I don't think I can hold that properly like that. A pair of pliers. That's better. It feels like I'm holding something now. That's one. Like that. Battery negative then. We'll want a bit to go. Should we go straight over the top? We probably shouldn't go straight over the top, should we? Let's go round like that. There's way too much solder on there. Get off. Better. Okay. I'm sure it's very hot, but did I just say that? I can't remember now. It's about bugger all degrees here, so can't feel my fingers anyway today. Oh no, turns out I can feel my fingers. Out. Hot. That's not a good connection, is it? What do you reckon? That looks terrible, doesn't it? We love that. It'll upset everybody. I'm gonna blow your house up. Right, and then that's the neg then. So the one after the negative goes to that top one, VH. That doesn't feel right. That says plus there. That one said it was the negative, and then the one after that went to the top one. Doesn't feel right. I'm going to double check the drawing again. It was not right. This is wrong. They're the other way around. I got the thing mixed up. The more you know. Right. I'm going to reuse this because I don't like spending money. So from you on the negative side, so I should be using this central pad here. We're going to go to the one after the negative. So from there, we look over there at this one. So that one is going to go over there. I think. I hope. The confidence, it's up there, isn't it? It really is. It's one of those. Let's see if it goes bang first before I try and solder it. It doesn't go bang. So I suppose that's a start. And then the H pad goes to that one, I guess. Sure. He says with confidence. I'll use the other end for that. That'll be a bit less smooshed. Ugh. Right, I'm just going to have to get the top of my head in it so I can see. Go. And does this go bang? No. Okay. Look at us go. All the way around? No, we probably don't want to go all the way around. We probably do want to go under. And then over there. That'll do, won't it? That'll do. Theoretically, that's a working 12-volt battery pack. Well, I say 12 volt, it's of course 3S, and when you're using lithium ion cells, they do not charge up to the same voltage as everything else. What I should probably do is not have these connected anymore and just use the low voltage stuff, because I should not be using this to jumpstart a car. I'll just trick the BMS. And how am I going to connect anything to that? That's the reasonable answer, isn't it? I think. Yeah, that's probably the reasonable answer. But I would like to see if it runs the air compressor. That I would like. That would make me happy if it did. On the plus side, I've got some nice bits of cable. Or horrible bits of cable, I suppose. There we go. Well, it's fine, isn't it? I've just got these to connect up then. Do I solder the ring terminal directly on? No, it's too big. Cutty, cutty, snippy, snippy. Two of those. Where's my... And this is a common port BMS, so this existing setup should work fine. So power out. And then two wires for this. Oh, one goes to that cigarette lighter socket. Let's cut straight through the connector there. It's going to keep them together. No, it's not. Never mind. Well, what I'll do then is trim them along and then I can twist them together. That kind of angle, bit of solder. And I'll tuck them round that way. Please don't go bang. Nothing went bang. Okay, so does it work or does the BMS need activating? Nothing happened yet, but I've got here for this tool, which is actually another thing on my list of interesting AliExpress stuff to take apart. Oh look, a 12-volt lithium pack. And 12.6 volt is a 3S lithium charger. I don't know what's in there, not a lot. Something, and it goes sort of red and green. So it's green now. Hopefully I plug it in and it turns red and this works. We shall see. Oh, it's gone red. That means it's charging this. And yeah, we've got a battery light. The LED turns on. It stays on now that it's been activated. I think the LED's got a bit of a bad connection in there because in the switch where this thing was a little bit left outside. Right. Can it run the compressor or does it trip out and I wasted all my time? Let's see, shall we? I need that wire to go to there. And I need that wire to go to there. This is off, isn't it? Yes, I'll just get poop out of me. Like that. Does it work? Yes, it does. Look at that. Oh, how exciting. It wasn't a waste of time. Very good. Weighs nothing now. Or not a lot, should I say, not nothing. Ah, very good, excellent. Right, that kind of sounds like the end of that, doesn't it? Shall I pump up an actual inner tube? I've got this one in the bin that's got some slime in it, and a little puncture that, unfortunately, on the sidewall it didn't seal inside the bike, so by the time I took it out I thought I might as well replace it anyway for the customer. They're paying to have it replaced, so the point is put the same one back in. Let's get that. Oh, that's crusty. And switch on. There's the slime. Anything there slime? No. Oh, there it goes. Whee! But, well. Let me go. That kind of works. Yeah, I guess I'll get this little pack wrapped up, and I should probably test it, shouldn't I? That's what I should do. I'll fully charge it, and I'll test it, and I will show you the test results of if it actually cuts off or not. That's what I'll do. Okay, so I've got that back plugged in together. That's just in the cigarette discharge socket. So okay, it goes down into the test leads, and got the tester set to 10 amps because I don't actually know what a cigarette plug is supposed to take, but 10 amps seems like quite a lot for that. It charged up the cells, slightly overcharged them to 4.24 volts per cell, which isn't massively overcharging them, but it is slightly overcharging them. It shouldn't go past 4.2. Theoretically, they're safe up to 4.3, but anyway. So we actually have a very slight overvoltage going on, but here we are. Let's press the test button, see if I blow a fuse. Nope. Oh yeah, look, it's only giving us 5.8 amps at this voltage. But I don't know whether that's a function of the BMS limiting the current or my machine here not really wanting to give it many amps. Not wanting to pull many amps at a low voltage. I'm not sure. Not sure, but here we are. It's testing. I will update you when that number says something conclusive. Hey, there we go. It's all finished up. That took 1 hour, 53 minutes and 16 seconds from when I started it. 9.5 amp hour. 0 volts it's seeing because it's cut off. It's hit the cut-off voltage. And we'll take it to the bench and we'll see how many volts these cells are at. Okay, so I've just measured them. They're coming out at 2.98 per cell, which is actually not far off fine. There you go. 2.95, and it's a bit hard doing this with one hand, to be honest. There you go. 2.976, so really not bad at all. And overall, we're reading just below 9. Ideally 9 would have been good, but it's not as bad as I was expecting for a very, very cheap board like this. No crisping. Seems quite functional. I wish I'd made that one straight, but here we are. So yeah, I'll be able to screw this back together, obviously make the pack not float around and all that. No fun sucking a clampy thing. And now it all works, which is very exciting. Thank you very much for watching. If this sort of thing was helpful to anybody for any reason, please feel free to leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.